Let's talk about the SpeedGrader. The Canvas SpeedGrader can be accessed from a few different locations in your course. The first is the to-do list found on your course homepage. Note that this to-do list will only populate with assignments that still need grading. If you've already graded all of the student submissions for a particular assignment, it will not populate on this to-do list. The second way to access the SpeedGrader is from the assignments directly. So if we go into our assignment section, click on an assignment, we'll see the SpeedGrader option up in the top right-hand corner. The final way to access the SpeedGrader is from the gradebook in Canvas. And if you click on one of the boxes for the students and the arrow that appears, you'll see the side panel with the option for SpeedGrader in the top right. So once we're in our SpeedGrader, we have a few options. The first button on the top left will take us back to our Canvas gradebook. The eye next to it controls the visibility of our grades and allows us to either hide or post grades manually if it's not already being done automatically in the course. The third button here is the settings button, which gives us access to use some of the keyboard shortcuts, but also access to an options menu. I would highly recommend opening this options menu and setting your student list to be sorted by submission status rather than by student name alphabetically, which will be the default. Sorting by submission status allows Canvas to group our students based on their grading status, whether or not we've completed the grading for that student, and it makes navigation of the SpeedGrader much easier. Moving across this top bar here, we get some information on the assignment. I can see the name of the assignment, if I had any due dates, as well as the course. Further over, I can even see the course average, as well as how many of my students I've already graded. And then the student list will be on the far right hand of that top bar, and I can navigate that using the arrows left and right, or simply by clicking on the drop-down menu. Clicking on the student name and bringing up the drop-down menu, which will show me any students that I've already graded, as well as any orange dots that would represent ungraded submissions. Moving down this right-hand side panel here, the first option is just going to be the submissions. So this option would be visible if you allowed your students to submit multiple times to a single assignment. Here you can see my student has submitted 4 different times for this assignment. Important to note, if you are not on the most recent submission, Canvas will alert you. So it's important to look at this to ensure you are grading the most recent submission from your student, if that's what's intended. We can apply a grade either manually by typing that in, or we can use the rubric that I've installed here to dictate the grade for the student as well. We can leave any comments for the students, and the comments can come in either text form, upload of a document, so maybe if you have a rubric that's more extensive than what Canvas will allow, we can attach it here, or even the use of audio or video feedback clips for the students. In going back to these other submissions, there's a couple different ways that they can be displayed. You'll notice this just says attempt 4. This represents a text field that the student typed into. However, if we allow our students to upload files directly, provided they are compatible files, PowerPoint, Word, PDF, we will get to use the inline grader or built-in feedback tools of Canvas as well. So here we can now see the uploaded document, and it's also accessible on this right-hand side. I can download it directly from within this viewer. I can zoom and navigate, leave pointed comments, highlight, leave text, or even strike through certain text to create edits and feedback for the student. Again, it's important to note, however, you will only get access to this version of the feedback if the student has submitted a compatible file type. Once you're finished, you can just hit submit, and one thing to note is the SpeedGrader may not automatically transfer to the next student. It may keep you on the test student or whatever student you happen to be grading, and so it's important that we recognize that and navigate to the next one when we're ready. Please refer to the CSUSB ATI Canvas Resources website for more resources and guides for Canvas.